So now I'll just hatch my two cut surfaces. So start with this one. So just hatch this cut surface. Okay, so obviously we have two solids right here. So this one I'll just hatch it in the opposite direction because we have two different solids. So I'll just hatch this one in this direction. Okay, so I have the two cut surfaces. Now I have to draw in the remaining portions of the two solids. Remember, we're looking at this view from the top, right? So we're looking at these two solids from the top. So obviously you have cut the two solids right there. So for me to see the cut surfaces there, I'll have to cut off this portion and that portion there, right? So that means those points here, they are cut off, right? So if we check here, we have point T there, point T is there. That means I'll just leave it as it is because we have cut off that portion, right? But if we check the base, we did not cut off the base. So I'll have to draw in the base there using solid lines. And remember, they said we must show the hidden details. So I'll just draw in the remaining portion of the solids. So just draw in the point there, right? And I'll draw that line like that. We still have point A there. Obviously, I can just draw in that line like that and connect these 2 points just like that. And then this line will be hidden, right, from A to C, right? So I'll just draw a hidden detail line there. Just like that. Okay, so if we check here from the hexagonal pyramid, we have point O there. That means I'll just draw in that point, and point 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 6, but point 1 is cut off, right? So I'll just draw in those edges there. So just draw this line. That line up to there. This line. Line. So if you look at line 06, remember here we have the cut surface or the triangular pyramid. So that means from this point all the way to point 6, I have to draw in what a hidden detail line there. Just like that. And also 05, right? So I can just draw in a hidden detail line there. Just like that. Okay, so this is our sectional or top view. So I just want to highlight something here. So I just want to highlight. So these are the two cut surfaces. Okay, so I'll just mark off that view like that. Okay, please do not highlight or color the cut surfaces, right? I'm just doing this just to show you the cut surfaces, right? Okay, so now I can just proceed to our next view. So our next view now is what? The left view. So obviously our left view will be drawn this side here. So I can just project all the points from the front view to this section, right? And obviously I'll add the vertical XY line there and a 45-degree line so that I can just project those points to this section, right? Okay, so I'll just project all the points from the front view like that, and also this points. Okay, and now I can just measure. I'll just measure 15 millimeters because of this A there. So I'll add my vertical XY line there. So this is X3, or it's X2, because this is X1, Y1. So I'll have Y2 there. Okay. So now I can just draw in my 45-degree line there, like that. Then project all the points to the 45-degree line. Okay, just like that. So I'll start. Obviously now we're looking at this front view from this direction, right? So I'll start with point T. Point T is on this line from the top. T is there. That means I'll have point T there. Okay. And then I have C there. You see from the front, C is there. I have to project that point. So I have C there. That means where they connect, it's a point. And then I have A and B on the same line. So I'll start with A. So that means we have A there. And B is just right there. Right, and if you look at this view, looking from this direction, obviously I'll see the triangular pyramid, right? So I can just draw in that view, right? Because I'll see the whole shape of the pyramid. Nothing is hidden because this pyramid is just behind the triangular pyramid, right? Okay, so I have point T there. So obviously I'll see this point and this 2 points. So I can just draw in outlines there. Then all the points must go to point T. So add an outline there. Outline there. Outline there. And connect this. Right, so obviously from B to C, that edge is hidden, so just add a hidden detail line there, just like that. Okay, so I'm done with the triangular pyramid. Now I have to draw in the hexagonal pyramid. Okay, so we have point O there, and O from the top view is there, so obviously I'll use this line here. That means point O is right there. Okay, and then now I have to get the points from the base there. So I'll start with point 1. 1 from the front view is there, so obviously point 1 will be there. 2 on the same point. 3 point 3 is there. 4 is there, so here I have 4 as well. 5 same point, that's 4. Okay, and then 6 same point as 3 there, then back to 1. So I can just project all those points to point O, just like that. Like that. Okay, so remember we have the triangular pyramid in front, so the hexagonal pyramid is just behind, so I can just draw this line all the way to there and there. But here I'll just add some hidden detail lines, right? Okay, and then we have line 03 and 06, so just draw a line up to there. Then from here I'll add some hidden detail lines like that. Okay, then 04 and 05, I'll just draw a straight line all the way to that point. So this is our complete knot. No, it's not complete. I have to draw in this line there. Okay, so now this is our complete left view, so I can just mark that off. So our left view is complete. So now I have to draw in the right view. So our right view will be on our left hand side. So before that I'll have to add an XY line. So I can just draw the XY line anywhere without measuring, because I can see that there is an XY line there. So just draw it from here. So this is our XY line. So this is X3, Y3. Okay, so now I'll have to move my drawing board a little bit to this side. Okay, so now I'll have to do the same thing. I'll add the 45-degree line there and project the points to the section, and also the points from our front view to our left hand side, right? Okay, so I'll start with the points from the front view there. And now I'll just add my 45-degree line there. So now we are looking at this front view from this direction, from our right hand side, right? So obviously I'll see the hexagonal pyramid first. That means now the triangular pyramid is just behind the hexagonal pyramid, right? So obviously I'm looking from the left hand side, right? So I'll start with the hexagonal pyramid. So we have point O there, so O will be there, so I can label that O, and then obviously I have the points around there, so it's point 1 up to 6. It's from the base, so obviously we have point 1 there on this line. All the points are on this line here. That means all the points will be on this vertical line. So I'll start with point 1. So here I have 1 and 2, so that means we have 1 and 2 there. Here we have 3 and 6, and we have 4 and 5 there, just like that. So now I can just connect the points from the base to point O. So just connect those points. So that means I can just draw outlines, because obviously I'll see those edges. Like that. And the base there. And line 03 there. Okay. So I'm done with the hexagonal pyramid. Now I'll move to our triangular pyramid. So obviously I'll start with point T. Point T from the top is right there. So that means we have point T right there. So this is point T. Then now I have to find point A. So point A is there. So that means we have point A there. B is on this line, right? So where is B? B is there. And C is there. And from the front view, C is there. That means I'll have to project that point as well. So C is right there. Alright, so I have A, B, C. So this hidden detail. This detail here is hidden, so just draw hidden detail lines. Because remember, the triangular pyramid is just behind the hexagonal pyramid, so that means this section is hidden. Just like that. Okay, and remember, all the points from the base must go to point T, right? So I'll just connect T with C. So here obviously I'll draw an outline to that line, and then outline from point T to this line, and then from this line to C, that part is hidden. So just draw in hidden detail lines there, just like that. And then I'll connect T with A. So from point T to this line, obviously I'll have an outline, but from there I'll have hidden detail line, just like that, right? And then B, so I have to connect as well this point with B, and then I'll draw in hidden detail lines, just like that. So this is our complete right view, right? So I can just mark that off. I'm done with that view. So now I have to proceed to our last view. So remember, here they said we have to draw a view, right? Not only a true shape, but a view showing whatever that we can see from this direction, as shown using an arrow. So we have to draw a view of the triangular pyramid showing the true shape of the cut surface as seen in the direction of arrow Z. So a view of the triangular pyramid. This is very important. So our focus will be on the triangular pyramid. That means we'll just ignore the hexagonal pyramid, right? Okay, so where is arrow Z? Arrow Z is there. So that means we'll have to project the points up to that section there, up to that section. So let me just zoom out a little bit to this section, just like that. Okay, so now I'll just put my set square there on the cutting plane, and then I'll just put this one here, and then I'll just move this one a little bit down, because remember I have to project all the points of the pyramid there. Then I hold the set square in place, and then I put this one here. I'll just slide this one, right? So I'll start with point T there. This point on the cutting plane. Point A is just down there. This point C, so now I have to just move this down a little bit. Just like that, okay? So I have to add the XY line, but the XY line must be parallel to the cutting plane. So I'll put my set square on the cutting plane there, and put the set square there. And then I'll have to slide the set square up there, somewhere there, and then draw an XY line like that. So this is X, X4, Y4, right? Okay, so now I can start with the view up there. So I'll start with point T. Where is point T from the auxiliary view? Take my compass, measure the distance from point T to the XY line, right? And point T is right there. So on my X4, Y4 line, I'll put my compass there, then mark a point up there. So I have point T there. Then I have to find those 3 points from the base. I'll start with point A, do the same thing, distance from the XY line to point A. Where is A from the front view? A is there, that means I'll mark a point on this line, right? Because A and B, they have the same distance from the XY line, that means I'll mark on that line as well, up there. Let me just move it a little bit down. So I have a point there and a point there. This point is point A, so I have point A there. This point is B, right? So I'm left with point C. So point C is just there. We see from the front view, C is there, that means on that line I will have to mark there. So I have point C there. Okay, so now I can just connect the points. I'll start with point A, line to T, line to T, a line to T, and then connect the points A, B, C. just like that. Okay, so now I have to move back to my cutting plane. So obviously the cutting plane is cutting from here up to there, right? So here the cutting plane is cutting line AT, yeah, AT or TA, right? So where's TA? TA is there, that means I have a point there. Move to this line. Here we have T line TC. TC is there, that means on that line I'll have a point, and we have this point on point B, just like that. Then now I'll have to draw in that true shape. So this is the true shape of the cut surface. So just put it there. Then now I can just hatch the true shape there. I'm use my 30 by 60. Ah, no. Just like that, but I'm not done. I have to draw in the remaining portion. So remember the arrow that's given is facing in that direction, right? So that means I have to cut off this portion, right, in order for me to see the cut surface. So what's remaining, it's this portion, right? So point T is still there, and obviously this edges, right? So obviously I'll have to draw in those lines from the cutting plane to point T, right? So because that part is the remaining part, so I'll just draw in that edge and also this edge there, and the line from B to T is hidden, so I'll just add a hidden detail line there, just like that. So this is the complete drawing for this question. So I can just mark that off. I'm done with this view. So I've drawn all the views. Okay, so this is the complete drawing for this question.